Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 297. I'm here with Miss Henric and Miss McCain, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
No problem, no problem.
Now, for people who want to know what the Keith Andrew Network is, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities that you should never give up, and you should prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, and you should prove to them you can stem out to something. So that being said, half hour, 45 minutes of your time, and starting off, I just questions for both of you so I can take turns to make it more interactive, and you can ask each other questions. And by starting off, what can you tell us about your lives growing up?
Who starts?
Up to you.
So, what was the question?
Oh, what can you tell us about your lives growing up in your childhood?
Well, I don't know. You want to start first, or you want me to start?
You can start.
Okay. Well, as a child, I'm a twin. I have a twin sister, but she doesn't look like me. She's blonde and blue eyes. And then I grew up in Chihuahua, in Mexico, where I told him that Chihuahua is border to El Paso, Texas. So it's north of Mexico. And basically, I have a really nice childhood. I mean, I'm probably the last generation that I can play outside the door, and mom wasn't worried about me if someone take me, or because I was basically all the time outside with playing with my neighbors and doing bicycles, and I don't know, being in the park, being a kid. And I like it to play more with boys because I thought the toys were more fun than girls. I didn't like to play much with dolls and Barbies and anything. I mean, I had ones, but I thought it was more exciting to play like He-Man or the Car Wheels and racing, and I don't know, it's more wild. And basically that's it. I mean, and then I have another sister. She's 10 years older. I mean, younger than me. And I have my youngest brother, so I'm 15 years older than him. So I'm the old. And that's it. I mean, it was fun. School, have friends. I'm a friendly person, and I like it to play with boys. And I mean, not in the bad way. I mean, play really with cars and in the park, and I don't know, just normal kid. How about you? You both.
So, I mean, my childhood was interesting. I mean, there were times where I got bullied. There were times where um, it was just the fact. It was just the fact that I was like a popular kid, kind of like a different type of popular kid. You know, I wasn't like everyone wanted to be my friend. I was nice. I'm always supportive for people, so that always been me. I had a lot of guy friends. The girlfriends who I had around, they was cool, but sometimes you just want to like hang out and with guys, and we used to like every Sunday we all used to go out on the field and just play football. It used to be girls versus boys, and we used
See,
to
I'm
play
the only
and
one.
sundown, and it was so fun. Like, then there are times where I wanted to be girly, so I had this whole Barbie collection, and I had over 300 Barbies, and I used to just block people from my room and just like I built a whole community for 3 hours, and then I started playing. So I played from sundown. But I got a lot of brothers and sisters, some step brothers and sisters, um, two sets of twin siblings. Um, I am one of the oldest, so but I had a pretty good childhood. I was one of them kids that built forts in your house where I used to take tents. I used to build the best tents in the house. take all the covers off everybody's bed and just build tents. So I kind of had a great childhood. We experienced a lot.
Yeah. How about you, Keith?
For me, the youngest out of four brothers and one sister, I was always the pain in the ass in the family. But for friends, I had my good friend Justin. He always came around and we always hung out. And basically, I just I was anti-social. Make a long story short, I was anti-social growing up. Because I suffer from depression and social anxiety. So yeah, I had a friend here, a friend there. But it's basically I kind of wish I was a little more socializing. But I was a different person back then. So, but like you said, it's just a learning experience. It's basically all that mattered to me back then was my family, and I just wanted to spend time with my family. I had a couple of good friends, but I wasn't really into the whole hanging out type of thing. It was nice, there, here and there, but it didn't it grabbed me as something that I had to do. Like, it didn't seem like one of those things where, you have your needs and your wants, and it felt on one of those, it's a want thing, not a need. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Now, the next question I was going to ask both of you is, did you guys ever do any sports, number one? And did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids? So you're not into the whole human pyramid thing?
Well, no, I never did the human pyramid.
Either.
I did play sports a lot. That's where it comes from my bad knees and bad shoulders. I played volleyball, softball, golf, soccer. I was pretty much all American. I never played basketball. A lot of people thought I played basketball because I had the stands up, and I'm like, no, I never played basketball. Maybe for fun, yeah, but I never played basketball. But those are the few sports that I played. I did a lot of school clubs, from debate to student government. I was pretty much all American from elementary to college.
Well, me, I used to play tennis. I used to ski. I don't know if this is kind of like sport. Yeah, it should be like martial arts. Muay Thai. Yeah, and I wasn't very good with sports. Never will. I mean, never been. I was horrible at tennis, but I love it. And especially, I hated to be outside in the sun. I'm like, oh no, this is too hot. I don't want to do it again. But somehow I like it. And I did ballet for 9 years and dancing, and that's it. I was a little lazy sometimes because it's like I just used to do a lot of things when I was a kid, and then I went to be a teenager. I stopped everything. I was like so over sports and just want to lay it down. And then after, you gain weight and you're like, oh, no, I should do some sports again. And I went back to do martial arts and skiing. Every year we used to go to skiing for the winter with the whole family. So I enjoy that very much. I love it.
Cool. One day I'm going to try skiing. No, try skiing. No.
Oh, you should try. It's good.
I want to try snowboarding.
No, same here. I always want to try snowboarding, but I suck at balancing.
Oh my God. I tried once snowboarding, and the last time I remember, I was like doing this in the snow. So I stopped. I was like, no more snowboarding. I rather do it ski.
I remember I like, well, we're going to ask some easy questions, so I'm going to pass it over to you guys for the hard-headed ones. For basketball, I can shoot hoops. Only I have slow reflexes, and so when someone says, "Okay, think fast," and needs to throw the ball, I lost count how many times I got whacked in the face. But I do play occasionally. I have a basketball court up the road. I do occasionally go there. Occasionally I go to the gym. I walk around the lake in town. I do my best to, keep fit. Or, I know my next question is: you guys ever been to Woodbury Commons?
To what?
Huh?
Oh, Woodbury Commons. You ever gone there?
No.
Oh, no.
Alright, so basically Woodbury Commons, first off, you guys should go there. You would like it. It's basically a big tourist attraction, and it's the second largest mall in North America, next to the Palisades in Poughkeepsie, and they have over about 200 different stores. You name it, they got it. Shoes, for pants.
Let's go shopping. Never been there. Where is it? I should go now, right now. Do the Christmas shopping. Let's go. Come on, I invited you both.
He said it.
Well, you guys should definitely go. It's really nice. Just go to woodburycommons.com.
Oh, I'll Google it.
Actually, while we're doing a plug, I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. And the first thing, I'm gonna hold up my phone so I know where to edit it. Alright, so the first thing I want to promote, and this is perfect for both of you, because you guys are actresses. And the first thing I want to promote is CelebrityVM.com. And out of curiosity, what? I haven't done my interview as of late, so I'm really rusty at it. So if you had to pick your favorite TV show, what would it be for both of you?
Castle. I got two. Castle and Law and Order.
Which one?
I said Castle and Law and Order. It basically any Dick Wolf show,
Right.
He's a genius.
My favorite TV show? I don't know. My God, I have to think about it. I don't know.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. Like for Smallville. If you like Smallville or Dick Wolf,
That was a throwback.
I don't think Castle and Law and Order are on there yet, or Smallville for that matter. So, like for a perfect example, if you like Star Trek, if you like Star Wars, Breaking Bad, Luke Cage, if you like any of those stars, you can go to CelebrityVM.com. I'll give you a perfect example. You guys come across my profile. I only charge $20. So for $20, you'd be like, "Hey Keith, today's my birthday. Today's my boyfriend's birthday. It's my husband's birthday. It's my daughter's graduation. Oh, we like how you do voiceovers. We like whatever you're doing. Can you give us a shout out?" So for $20, I get to say whatever you want me to say, as long as it's not perverted. And I say whatever. So basically, you interact with celebrities, you ask them a question, and you basically socialize with them. And at the same time, they make money, but you get to interact with them. So, WWE, TNA, Breaking Bad, Star Wars, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles. Just go to CelebrityVM.com. Don't worry, it's got you in the description box and the screen. And the next thing I want to promote is, do you guys have a dog?
No.
Yes, I do have a Shih Tzu, and my mom's house has a golden retriever in Doberman.
Oh, nice. Now, this is perfect for you and for our dog lovers out there. And I think there's a cat one out there. I just can't remember the name. But for people who have a dog, they can go to BarkBox.com. And BarkBox basically it's about $14 a month. You get treats, You get a jacket, you get a toy, you get an accessory. It's really nice. It's an ongoing thing, so as long as you're paying the $14 a month, they will send it to you. Barkbox.com. And also there's WooCrates.com. If you're into anime, if you're into collecting shirts, socks, shot glasses, comic books, go to WooCrates.com. Same thing. I think it's $12. So it's either $12 or $14. But it's basically the same thing. Online description, you pay the fee, and they will send you whatever you sign up to. And those are my free plugs that I actually want to plug. Actually, my last plug is for my fans who want to email me questions or I can read the fan mail online. Go to the KeithAndrewNetwork.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, KeithAndrewNetwork.com. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, all that fun stuff. So get in touch with me. I can read your comments. If you have any ideas for the shows. I'm trying to make the show more interactive. Now, going back to the show now, as I'm going to pass the show over to you guys, was there anything you guys wanted to talk about? Anything you want to ask me? Like I said, you're supporting a new cause. Not a new cause. You're supporting a good cause, and you're making a new friend out of it, the three of us. So with that being said, was there anything you guys want to ask each other? This is your time after all.
How did you get into acting?
How do we get to know each other?
No, how did you get into acting?
How did I get into acting? I like to act since I was 5 years old or 6 years old. The first movie I saw was Annie. So since that, I always wanted to get acting and actress. And it started with getting involved with theater and doing commercials and so on. So later on, I moved to LA to pursue the career. A couple of things, and unfortunately, in 2 years ago, I have to move back to my hometown for family matters, and then I'm hoping later on to go back and keep acting because that's my passion.
Where's your hometown?
Chihuahua, like the dog.
Uh-huh.
So I live here. Excuse me?
No, I said that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, you should come both one day visit me.
Ooh.
It's a center of it's north center border to Texas.
I know.
So how about you? How did you get into acting?
I started out in theater when I was young. It found me by accident. My teacher was like, I went to drama club with my friend, and I was going to support her. So the teacher said, everybody in this room is going to audition. I was like, what? I didn't know what this was, so I auditioned. He took the script away from me, and then he came back 20 minutes later, and he said, hey, you got the part. I was like, this is the only elf that had lines, a lot of lines. Nobody else wanted the elf. And he was like, you're the only one that know how to remember all the lines. So from that point on, I've just been doing a lot of stuff, from TV shows to film. And I stopped doing theater because theater is like very time consuming. And I just love doing TV shows more and a little bit of film. But learning lines it's pretty easy for me. I can say that it's pretty easy for me. I adapt fast, so if my lines get switched, or if my character gets switched, I usually can just study the script again and just focus on the new character. But yeah, learning lines is pretty fun. As long as I dive into the character and I can connect to the character, I'm pretty good.
That's great. How about you, Keith? Have you ever acted before?
That's a good question. I tried, but I never actually. To make a long story short, I had an interest in it. I attempted two, but it was too much money. It's one guy I came across. He was an acting coach. He wanted like $600. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. And it's like, okay, that's season one. Now see, that's semester one. Semester two, it's like, okay, it's gotta be $1,200. And I'm like, and basically, semester one, you get a little degree, a little certificate saying, oh, you completed the course. And then the second one, if you're good enough, he would help you get a job, but you also get a little thing saying you completed a course. But that's like $2,400 overall. It's a lot of money, and to make a long story short, I was a big fan of Almost Famous. When I was in school, I was a part of the audio-visual department. And the one video that always influenced me, had a big impact on my life, was Almost Famous. And since then, I wanted to be a personal assistant. I'll give you a perfect example. If you guys are famous, I would like to go on tour with you. I like to be your roadie, your lackey. So basically, you go on tour as a famous person, and then it's like, okay, well, I like to go on tour with Russ or Eminem or whoever. Then it's like, well, I do like wrestling. Why not go on tour as a wrestler? And I know that wasn't realistic. So basically, I gave up on that. I came across, that was 2004. I got sick, and after I was recovering, a long story about that. And when I was recovering, I said, well, I want to do something else. And basically, I came across this TV show, Suits. I was like, I want to be Mike Ross. I want to have a boss like Harvey Specter. And that's where the acting came in, but it was too much money. And I'm unemployed, and it's really hard to get that. And I was like, you know what? I use a lot of people for an inspiration. I use my dad for an inspiration. I use a couple other people for an inspiration. And I'm like, I don't like being labeled. People label me as handicapped, retarded, you're not educated, you're not qualified to do this, you're not qualified to go to school, blah, 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 whatever labels you want to throw out there, they did. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to show you what's a learning disability without being educated, without being whatever fancy degrees you want to throw at me. I'm going to show you that even with being disabled, I can still amount to something. But I can turn myself into an example. Saying if I can do it, and if people out there who are deaf, blind, or in a wheelchair can still achieve their goals, and I have interviewed people. This one woman was in a wheelchair. She's an actress. I interviewed this one guy who has cerebral palsy, and he's a filmmaker. And it's basically, if they can do it, it doesn't matter what you label yourself as. You shouldn't have labels dictate who you are and who you're going to be. And you should prove to them you can still amount to something.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, long story short, I was sitting at the table with a bunch of people. They said, talk to them, talk to this person, talk to that person. And to sum up the story real fast, it's just said, what about me? It's like, yeah, well, what about you? You're not educated, you're not qualified to do this, you're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. I said, fuck it. I'm going to show you that I can still amount to something. So in 2013, I started my talk show. Don't ask me why I did it this way, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. When I first started, I was doing all phone interviews. So I interviewed people from an Amazing Spider-Man to Dragon Ball Z, for Power Rangers. And some of them were really nice, and some of them were just assholes. It comes with the territory. And it's just, a lot of people say, but you have this great format. Why aren't you as big or wink wink bigger than you portray yourself to be. Why don't you have people helping you? It's like, well, would you like to help me with that? No, if you can't do it yourself, then it's not meant to be. It's like, yeah, thanks a lot, ass. Didn't say that to them, but that's what I was thinking. So one guy I talked to said me do the show over, and I did. And thanks to you, we're back up to 295. Long story short, I originally got 300 interviews, but I was taking people at their word. And then, little by little, there was coming out saying, yeah, my agent said this, my publicist said that, you're degrading, you ask a lot of stupid questions, one thing has to do with another, can you take it down, you're hurting my image, it's degrading to be with people like you. And so I said, screw it, I took everything down. At the same time, people were nagging me. My sister was saying to me, you need a license, you need to be trademarked. So I contacted a lawyer, senior advisor. He said, one, you're online based because you don't have anything else. So you're online based, so you have a body and a platform already. Number one, you're established. So you do not have to be copyrighted. Number two, you would pay $2,000 to be trademarked. If you are making money, I say, yeah, fine, go do it. But you're not making money, so all you would be doing is pissing away $2,000 and you would be in debt. But he said to me, and this is why I restarted my show, my biggest mistake was when I was interviewing people, like you guys, I said, before we do the interview, you're going to sign the release form. So the release form is basically, I introduce myself, I tell you what the show is about, going forward, do I have all rights to the interview, and you sign it, you agree to it, and unfortunately, I should have been doing that from the start. Unfortunately, I was taking people at their word. Yeah, sure, or going on the record, do I have your permission? Yeah, well, how do you know you didn't edit it, So I originally did 300, took it down. Thanks to you, we're back up to 297, so I can stop bitching and complaining about the 300 that I had to swallow. So basically, it's a learning experience. No one's helping me with this. I'm doing it all myself. You're not bad for being having a disability or quote unquote being retarded. I promote myself, I look for people myself, I use LinkedIn, I use Facebook, I use Twitter, I use Instagram, I use YouTube, I use everything to create my talk show from scratch. And this June will be officially 4 years. And I want to do this until I die. I'm not saying that to be cute. I'm not saying that to be funny or get sympathy or kiss anyone's ass. I'm very passionate about doing this. I want to be a talk show host, or at least get into the entertainment business. I know I was told by a former wrestler I'm really good at what I do, but I can come across very stiff. And as you know, when we did our interview, I came across very stiff. And that's because if I don't do my interview on a daily basis, my disability shows more and more. And I'm good at hiding it. But, when I don't do something on a daily basis, it shows more. And they're like, well, you should show your disability more. It's like, yes, but I worked really hard on being professional. I don't want to ruin what I'm doing by showing my disability, if that makes any sense. So with that being said, and it's just basically, I'm showing people, it doesn't matter, if you're deaf, blind, or in a wheelchair, if you're handicapped, if you're retarded, whatever labels you want to throw out there, that labels do not dictate who you are, and who you're going to be, and you should prove to them you can still amount to something. That's what I'm doing with my life. That's why I created my talk show. And if that's not good enough, hey, you know what? There's the door. But I'm doing the best I can with a disability. And you know what? I'm happy with what I'm doing. It's not really, it's not really what I expected it to be. I expected to get way more views and get more, get up there. But like I said, I'm doing everything myself, so it's gonna take longer when it portrays stuff to be. But this is your time. I didn't mean to rant, but it's always good to vent. And wrapping up, I took this one from the Factor. I do have a couple of questions for you guys when we go off the air. Wrapping up, I took this one from Bill O'Reilly, so all rights go to him. So going on the record, when I first approached you guys to be a guest on my talk show, what was your honest opinion when I first approached you? And after being a guest on my talk show, how do you feel now?
I feel very comfortable, and it's really, really novel what you're doing, and I really appreciate what you do, because it shows that if you, like I said before, if you set something in your mind and you work hard for it, you will do it and you accomplish it. So this is a good example and a good inspiration. And well, thank you for inviting me here, and think about Paola in Chihuahua wants to be in the talk show. I mean, basically we're on like part of the other world, and you could be connected with anywhere in the world you want. Use the technology. I mean, this is amazing using the technology right now. You can probably next time you will be interviewing someone in China or in France on, I don't know, Timbuktu.
It's funny you should say that. It's funny you should say that. I have interviewed people from all over the United States. You're the first person from, I think, first or second person I interviewed from Mexico. I interviewed one person from Japan, Germany, and I think France, but I don't remember. But, it's the KeithAndrewNetWork Network. Wherever you have YouTube or wherever you're available to get my website, it's available worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Let's use it. But congratulations for your show. And honestly, I hope you really get on TV too.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.